So good evening to everybody. Hi students. This is a continuation of electrical estimation subject. A last topic, that is the earthing and its preparation of schedule. From previous classes we have learned in power circuits estimation of power loads in basic workshop and small electrical lab, a big industry and textile, milk dairy, different power loads, small factories, how we are going to estimate the electrical power loads, what are the required protective devices, accessories, how many types of devices required, accessories required, what are the approximate cost of each device we learned. Now last two classes also we learned agriculture pump sets for open well as well as the bore well submersion motors. We prepared same estimation and costing of materials for irrigation pump sets. Now very important, the easy topic today we are going to learn. So it is every electrical student has to know importance of this earthing system, because earthing is mainly a protective device from hazardous fire accidents as well as fatal deaths. Let us see. Now today's topic is earthing system in electrical engineering subject. As my introduction, my name is Dr. C.H. Yadaya, Senior Lecturer in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Government Polytechnic, Husnabad. Today's topic is estimation of materials required in electrical earthing system. Let us see. So what are the topics today we are going to cover? So on completion of this topic you would be able to know first earthing, what do you mean by earthing, its definition. Next after that the purpose of earthing, what is the necessity of earthing in electrical fields and what are the factors affecting the earth resistance, methods of reducing earth resistance, classification of earthing, the procedure for pipe earthing and estimation of pipe earthing as per ISI standards, and procedure of plate earthing once again, and estimation of plate earthing as per ISI standards, and lastly we are going to learn its applications of earthing system. These are the topics we are going to cover in this session. Let us see. Now what do you mean by the earthing? So definition, a standard definition is nothing but the direct connection of the non-current carrying parts of electrical equipment such as framework, motor body, that is nothing but yoke, earth terminals of 3-pin socket, etc. to earth is known as earthing. That means non-current carrying metals should be kept at zero potential, at the voltage should be at 0 volts. That means all non-current, so actually yoke, it is not carrying any current and 3-pin sockets, if you are observing, one is a phase and neutral, you can see here figure. Now this is a 3-pin socket. So one is one terminal, left terminal is for example neutral, and right terminal is a phase. So phase and neutral, we are going to get the voltage nearly 230 volts single phase supply. Now what is the need of the third pin? Is the top, that is a earth pin. If you are observing the voltage between the north, the neutral and phase, the right pin and left pin, if you are observing by multimeter, you are going to get the single phase voltage, for example 230 volts. If you are measuring right terminal, the phase and earth if it is perfect, it will also gives a reading of 230 volts. If the top pin and left pin, if you are placing, that is one neutral and earth, if you are placing the voltmeter, that is a multimeter, then it indicates some small amount of the voltage. If that voltage persists below 10 volts, your earth system is good condition. That means your earth resistance is very, very good condition and earth resistance is a very, very low value. So to reduce the earth resistance, what are the precautions we have to take? And the third pin, how to connect the earth pin. Today class we are going to learn. For example, in case of the motor, this motor also, so it is a armature, it will draw the 3-phase current in the winding, but body part, it doesn't carry any current. So this body part should be earthed. So you can see here, this is a earth point, it is connected, this third pin and body parts connected to the earth. So any leakage current comes to these parts, it will directly goes to the earth without any shock to operators. So it has to connect this earth point and it has also connect to this point. This is the meaning of earthing. So that means, so we forcefully making all non-current metal parts at potential of 0 volts. So that is the aim of earthing. Now, so what is the necessity of the earthing? If we are not done the earthing, then what will happen? So ensure the safety of the property from hazards of electric shock and electric fires. As we know that to ensure the system voltage on a healthy lines remains within the reasonable limits under fault conditions, thereby preventing insulation breakdowns. So this can be occurred in our power system whenever the neutral grounding takes place. If the fault earth occurred, the neutral is not earthed, then remaining one phase, the fault occurred, remaining 2 phases, voltage increases to the √3 times. So that is possible if it is not, neutral point is not earthed. If you are earthed neutral point, so the voltage may not be increased in the remaining 2 phases. That is the meaning. Next, provide a low impedance path to facilitate the satisfactory operation of protective device under fault conditions. If fault conditions occurred, automatically it will goes to the ground. To provide an environmental platform on which electronic equipments can operate, because electronic equipments should operate on DC. So if any leakage current comes, it should be earthed. To provide an alternative path for induced current and minimize the electrical noise in the cables. So cables having the armored, that is the mechanical, we are using the some metal strips on which to protect the mechanical damage, that should be earthed. So this is neutralized by induced voltage in the metal strips, armored part, earthed at both ends. So this is the main salient points of necessity of earthing system. Next, at the same time, you can observe this figure where the person is touches the one electrical device. The device normally connected to the phase and neutral, but the body of the metal part is not connected to any that is a ground. Then So if any leakage current comes out of from its path to outer body particle, then it will ready to wait for person to touch. That is it is ready to go earth. If person comes to touch this one, automatically the body resistance is very low, because the current always flows in a low resistance path. So the current will try to flow through hand to leg through this path. So you may feel the electrical shock. How to avoid that one? So we can do. So mainly the current will flows here. You can see here is a not earthed one, and current takes a least resistance path. Then we are connected the. So now in this case we connected the body of this of electrical equipment to the ground. Then the fault current so directly will goes to the that is the ground instead of going to the person, because the person has its own some resistance 500 to 1000 ohms. So it will try to flow directly to the ground instead of going to the person. So the person may not be feel electrical shock. This is the purpose of earthing. So here you can see. So that means here, so the man safe and mission safe by connecting these all non-current carrying metal parts to ground. That means we are forcefully creating the voltage. And now let us see. So what are these are the dangers of electricity. As we know that this electricity is a good slave but bad master. So we have to care while doing in electrical fields. Now another example of the electrical shock due to the earthing also, in proper not proper earthing also we may get the electrical shock. That is have you known the word touch potential and foot potential of current. So this may be you can hear in case of the towers, EHT high voltage towers, the 400 kV 220 kV voltage towers. So due to the induced current, fault currents, you can see here. Now here you can see the touch and foot potential body current. So what is happening here? The tower is earthed by using the mat. Even then the person who is touched the tower is so what will happen? So due to the fault or induced voltage, the tower, the fault current will flows to the ground. During this person it touches, then what will happen? The current always flows in low resistance path. Then what will, so automatically the person is just 1 meter away by keeping his legs, and thereby the current will try to flow through this person. He may get the electrical shock. Otherwise, another case, the step potential, that means the person nearby that potential area. That means two legs are placed at a nearly 1 meter distance, then the potential voltage between the 2 points, 2 legs is different, then current will try to flow through this point. Then he may get the electrical shock. So these are the two terms generally used in power system. So to avoid electrical shock, so we always try to place near just 1 feet below 2 legs whenever there is a dangerous fault may be occurred. This is the one thing you have to remember. Now what are the next is factors affecting on the earth resistance. So current always flows in low resistance path. Then how we are going to reduce this resistance? So let us see, there is a parts. Now as we know that the factors affecting on earth resistance, so electricity takes the least path of resistance. Earth resistance value of an earth pit depends solely on soil resistance at the location of earth pit. Next, the that is also the earth resistance also depend on the temperature of the soil and soil condition and moisture of content in the soil. If the moisture is more, then current try to flow very easily, then resistance value decreases. Next, at the same time we have to consider the size of the electrode also play a vital role. That is, the size of the electrode is more, then current will easily to flow, because R is equal rho L by A. That means area of the cross section increases, resistance will decreases. That is also one factor we have to remember. At the same time, the depth of the electrode in the soil also play a vital role. That means if the depth of the electrode is very depth, the resistance value decreases, current easily to flow. And at the same time, the material of the electrode also we have to consider. What is the material? Whether you are using a GI pipe, whether you are using the aluminum pipe, whether you are using the copper pipe. So basically we know that conductors are different conductors having the different characteristics, characteristics as well as the resistivity. So copper is better. Compared to the copper, platinum is better and silver is better. So those metals are costly. So we are generally prefer for the copper material. So that is if the copper materials are used, then resistance value decreases. That is a material property. Next, last one case is the quantity of the coal and salt. So these are the two ingredients makes surrounding the electrode is the moisture condition. So if the moisture presents, then automatically the earth resistance decreases. Whenever leakage currents in a non-current metals, then it will directly comes to this earth pit. So thereby automatically will give a signal to the MCB and some alarm. That is indicates that some leakage current inside the machine. Now, so these are the some factors we know to reduce the resistance. Then how to measure these values? Let us see. Now, need for know the value of earth resistance. What is the need to know the earth resistance value? So that means the measurement of ohmic value of a buried electrode is carried out for two reasons. Why should we to measure? Mainly to measure that thing. So what is the existing resistance value? That resistance always less than 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 3 ohm. So that is a depend upon the places. For example, in case of a big substation, 400 kV substation, 220 kV substation, where the resistance should be less than 0.5 ohms, or small substation 1 ohm. So that can learn later. So that means resistance. So how much resistance less, that is a better thing. So we have to measure by using some equipment. So those equipments are generally used to measure what is the earth resistance. So if to check the ohmic value, so we require to know the resistance. So the new equipment should be connected to the existing system. That means, so to know the new equipment is suitable for connection against the pre-designed specifications. So it is suitable or not, we are going to know. So if know the existing resistance value. So if you know the resistance value, then if resistance value is somewhat higher or lower, then what are the maintenance required? Whether we have to use more water, or we have to pour some salt and charcoal. So these are the maintenance, easy to maintenance of the electrodes. These are the two purposes. One is the existing system, whether it is suitable for the new equipment, or if existing system having the within tolerance value of the resistance, then otherwise we have to make some maintenance arrangements. Then how to measure these values? So we know that the equipment is known as Megger. Megger is nothing but it is measure the resistance in mega ohms, just like is a multimeter. So earth tester is nothing but Megger. So by using the multimeter also we are going to measure the resistance, but for the 10 to the power of 6 ohms, mega ohms, we are going to measure with the Megger. So here the Meggers are the two types, the insulation resistance Megger and earth resistance Megger. Insulation resistance Megger is going to measure the 10 to the power of mega ohms, where this resistance, the earth resistance Megger is measure the value is less than the 10 ohms or 100 ohms. So now let us see about the Megger. So for measuring the soil resistivity and earth resistance, earth megger is used. This is a one equipment. And next, it has a voltage source. What is it contained of megger? Megger is nothing but already you know in the second year level the measurement subject. So it has a voltage source, DC voltage source, DC shunt motor driven by the hand driven, and sometimes the latest we are using the batteries. It has a voltage source, a meter to measure a resistance in ohms, and switches to change the instrument range, and wires to connect the terminals, earth electrode and spikes. So these are the contained setup earth megger set. Then how to measure this one? So let us see how the spikes and the megger. Let us see. So here you can observe the first figure is indicates the spikes. It is placed in an equal distance. So from earth electrode to the earth pit to some distance, same distance at the another place. So the megger also consists of the two, that is nothing but one P1, P2, C1, C2. That is the pressure coil and current coil. It has 4 terminals. So how to measure that one? We will see next. Then so here you can see the not only this megger, instead of megger, so we are going to use other equipments also. So electronic device, there is a mega ohms. It is also by using this megger also used, and this is also another type of the instrument, and this is a total set of the earth resistance instrument. So this is the latest one, and this the clamp meter type also used to measure the earth resistance values perfectly. Now, so these are the things we are going to now how to measure this thing. So as we know that the earth resistance is measured by using the 4 terminals. That is the potential, P is the potential spikes, C is the current spikes, that is a C1, C2, P1, P2. Generally use this one, and the 2 spikes are placed at the equal distance between these two one, whether it's 5 meters or 10 meters between this one, and all spikes equidistant and is a straight line to maintain the electrical continuity. Take measurement in different directions. So this is the method. That means by connecting so for example, there is a megger, you can see here, and megger is connected. It has 4 terminals, C1, C2, P1, P2. C means current coil, P means pressure coil, voltage coils, nothing but. So here C1 is connected to our earth pit, where we are going to measure its resistance. Then P1 is connected to the one terminal at a distance of A distance, and P2 also equidistance, and C2 also equidistance. By placing at a straight line, by pressing the megger terminals, it will shows the current flows from C1 to C2 through this one, that indicates that so terminals, what is the resistance between the electrode. This is the earth pit. Now you can see the 1.01 is indicating by using this machine. Now this is a method of measurement of earth resistance by using a digital megger. It is very easy. By connecting the electrodes, one terminal is connected to the C1 is connected to the earth pit, and P1, P2, C2 also connected in a straight line at a equidistance, for example 10 meters or 5 meters equidistance, and keeping this one and press the terminal or set the knob, then automatically indicates, it injects some current inside the soil, and the current will flow through these terminals, and based on this resistance, current flowing, magnitude of the current, it will measure what is the resistance of earth resistance nearby this earth pit. So this is the one processor. Now this soil play a vital role, domination. So and the water also play the vital role of this resistance. Now this is also changes the property. Now we can see in next figure. So sea water having the resistivity 0.1 to 1, that is a very low resistivity, low resistance, and garden and soil alluvial clay, it is a 5 to 50, and clay 5 to 100, clay, sand and gravel, if you mix that one, then automatically resistive value 40 to 250. And the porous chalk the 30 to 100, and quartz the quartz and crystallized limestone, the 300 plus, it is a resistivity. At the rock places where the resistance is very, very high, nearly 1000 to 10,000. And dry concrete area, so it is also resistivity also more 2000 to 10,000. The wet concrete, if here the water is poured on the concrete, automatically its resistivity drastically decreases. You can see here. So these are that means the soil is play a vital role of resistance. That means any leakage current has to flow to the ground through this soil. If soil is in moisture content, they easily will draw any leakage current from operators to ground, thereby save to the operators. This is one thing you have to remember. Now coming to what are the resistivity, standard resistivity as per Indian electricity rules. So what are the resistance to be maintained in earth pits in a large substations, a big substations. For example, in power station, in major substations, small substations, in other than some domestic areas. Then these are the one table you have to remember. So following are the values of earth resistance. Here the large power stations, that may be hydropower station and thermal power station. For example, you can take the NTPC power plant, or you can take the Nagarjuna Sagar power plant. Then there is a substation yard. So substation yard earth resistance should be less than 0.5 ohms. At the same time, so for the major substation, for example 400 kV substation where and 220 kV substation, then its resistance may be 1 ohm. The power station resistance, earth resistance should be very, very low, that is a 0.5, maximum 0.5, whereas these substations may be 1 ohm is allowed. And small substations, 33 kV by 11 kV substations, where it is allowed the 2 ohms resistance. And in all other cases where other than the substations in domestic, some new places, then the resistance should be 5 ohms. These are the standard resistance to be maintained in those areas. So how to maintain that one? By maintaining the only moisture around the electrode. That is our aim. So how we are going to maintain this low resistance in different places, in factories, in substations, in power stations, in big industries, and in domestic. So we have the maintaining the moisture, not only moisture, at the same time it is depend on the electrode. Not only electrode, it is the environment also. So how we are going to maintain the low resistance? Let us see what are the different of the methods to maintain the low resistance in power places. Then so what are the different of the earthing types? Let us see. So we know that the types of earthing. So here the major earth types are rod earthing, strip earthing, plate earthing, pipe earthing. These are the 4 major types of earthings generally used in our society. So in those, here is the pipe earthing and plate earthing are the very famous one, whereas the strip earthing is only used where it is not possible to dig a depth. So at that condition we can use the strip earthing. Let us see the figure. So what is the rod earthing? You can see here, this is a copper rod. So near the copper rod nearly 2 meters or 3 meters length, and it is general application. You can see here, this is a copper rod placed inside the excavation by the earth nearly 2 to 3 meters depth, and placed the different material, that is the salt and charcoal, different materials, and placed at the rod earthing. So this is one or rod earthing. Another type of earthing is the strip earthing. Here is copper strips are used to as earth rods. Then copper strips are placed here, and this is used for the earth pit. You can see here example of the strip earthing. And another type is the plate earthing. So here is a copper plate, is a 60 centimeters into 60 centimeters and 3 mm thickness. The copper plate is generally used where it is not possible to go depth. then so area of the contact to the soil has to increase, whether you are going to the pipe or is the area to be covered. So here you use the 3 mm the copper plate as a electrode and connected the with other GI pipe. It is a peripheral 50 mm dia GI pipe for this purpose, and it has also provided the funnel to pour the water and layers of charcoal and salt also provided nearby. So we will learn this in details estimation in the next. Now, so last one is the pipe earthing. Here we are using the GI pipe. Galvanized iron pipe are used. It is also made with some holes. So because it has to spread the water through this one funnel. And so practical example, you can see this is the pipe earthing system in industries. These are the 4 types of earthing systems. Now latest is another pipe earthing system, that is a chemical earthing system. So it is very famous. You can see here, this is a chemical earthing system. Here the pipes are filled with chemical powder, just like a bentonite powder, and some clay. So mix of this clay. So they are using very smaller area for earthing purpose. You can see here. This is one thing you have to remember. This latest, if you are observing in domestic and small industries, instead of using the rod and plate earthing, they are using the chemical earthing. It's the compact area and perfect. The insulation resistance is very low by using these methods. Let us see one video clip also based on this chemical earthing, how the chemical earthing doing nowadays. Now, so in addition to the earthings, so we require some accessories also, earthing accessories also we required. So what are the earthing accessories? So nuts, check nuts and washers, lugs, etc. We require some accessories. These are some accessories required for this one. You can see the lugs in details. So here the lugs are different type of the lugs, and funnel also you can see to pour the water, and you can see the earth for building. So here a lightning stroke, to avoid that one we are using this is the earth for building. And here the GI pipe also, GI wire, you can see the galvanized 8 SW gauge wire also you can see here. And another one is the clamp or air terminal base also you can see here. These are some accessories frequently used in earthing system. And not only these systems, some other materials also you can see here figure. The copper rods and earth plates, strips, pipes, different things. Now let us see one basic thing, the pipe earthing. So how the pipe earthing is going to do? So here we are going to concentrate on pipe earthing and plate earthing. Now our aim is to estimate what is the material is required, what is the cost, how many material specifications is required. That is our aim. Estimation. In estimation, we are going to estimate that for I want to do the pipe earthing, what are the materials required, what is its cost, what is its specifications. I want to make the one schedule. That is the aim. After that one, so I am going to do the similar plate earthing. These 2 things we are going to do in this session. Now, what is the pipe earthing? So already you have seen the pipe is placed this one. How to do this one? So you can already you have drawn this pipe earthing in drawing a sheet in second year level. You can see this one. So what it contains? So it contains different parts. So already you know this one. So what it contains here, if you are observing, so here a GI pipe of 38 mm dia, 2.5 mm long is placed vertically in a pit. So the pit is nearly 2 to 3 meters. The pipe is tapered at the lower end for easy driving into the soil. So you can see the bottom tapered. The pipe is surrounded by pieces of the coke or coal and salt in alternative layer of thickness 15 centimeters. Another pipe of 19 mm, you can see the small pipe 19 mm, 19 mm dia, 1.525 meters length is connected to 38 mm. You can see the small mm pipe through 38 into 19, reducing the sockets. So these are the things you can observe. At the same time, at the top, a cement concrete is made to and is provided with a funnel with a wire mesh to pour water. At the same time, it avoids any debris enter into the pipe. The funnel is connected to 19 mm GI pipe by means of bolts and nuts. So another pipe of 12.5 mm, you can see here 12.5 mm. So dia is connected to 19 mm pipe near the wire mesh, and the earth wire is carried to at the depth of nearly 60 centimeters. You can see a 60 centimeters place here. You can see the 60 centimeters through the 2.5 mm pipe. Then cement concrete work at the top is covered with a iron plate for a periodic opening and checking purpose. Now these are the things you can observe by seeing this figure. I think so you are already very familiar. So you have drawn this figure in drawing in second year level. You know the each and every part. You know the what is the purpose of each part. Now by know the what are the how many numbers of parts is present in this one. So what is the operation? So here, so whenever the water is poured, by using the funnel, the water entered into the a large depth part, and surrounding it maintain the moisture. So the water entered in coal and salt, the 15 layers, 15 centimeters coal, 15 centimeter salt, 15 centimeter coal, 15 centimeter salt. The alternate layer, it is a filling nearly the 2 to 3 meters depth, and at the same time we are also placing some amount of the sand also. So the sand, salt, charcoal, three materials are tried to maintain the moisture long duration. So thereby any leakage current in any machine that will directly diverted into this earth pit. So that means we are safe from electrical shock. So this is a thing. Now so after you can see here, so how to do the practically, we can see the one figure also. So let us see now. So now we know this all metals, what are the parts, what is the purpose. Then let us make a one schedule table that you can do the making of the schedule of materials. Now so pipe earthing materials. So this is all thing already we know this thing. Now schedule. So what are the schedules here? 38 mm dia GI pipe we are used the perforated 2.5 meters depth, and 19 mm GI pipe already we know. 12.7 mm dia GI pipe also 2 meters. GI wire 8 SWG standard wire gauge 6 meters, and GI pipe so 38 into 19 mm reducing socket also one number used. GI lugs 2 numbers, nuts and bolts and lock nuts, washers, and 19 mm dia conduit 2 sets, and GI bends. So we are used also 2 numbers, and 30 into 30 cast iron frame with hinges 1 number, 30 into 30 centimeters cast iron cover 1 number, funnel with wire mesh 1 number, charcoal or coal, this is a coal is a 20 kgs, and salt also 20 kgs, and cement and concrete is a lump sum, is a how much is required. And the last one is the we require the caution plates, that is the dangerous plate we have to place. So this is a thing we are going to schedule this thing. So after you knowing this, and you can see the here is a one video clip. You are going to see how this pipe earthing is going to do. Now you can see here.
Pipe earthing. This animated video is describes a procedure for installing pipe earthing. A pit is dug about 20 to 30 feet in the ground. Depth and width depends on the nature and structure of the ground. Sufficient quantity of water is sprinkled in the bottom and surrounding walls to become wet. Bottom layer of the pit is filled up by mixture black soft soil and charcoal pieces. In this system of earthing, pipe of copper or copper bonded earthing pipe is driven vertically. These pipes have rolled threads at each end. A layer of powdered charcoal and lime mixture is filled around the earth plate. A layer of salt is filled around the earth base.
Rock salt generally.
In order to increase the embedded length of electrode under the ground, more than one pipe section are hammered one upon the other. These are made from copper alloy and counterbored to enclose threads. Earth lead is tightened through nut holes from on earth pipe. The earth lead is collected in a metallic pipe from the earth pipe. A funnel arrangement is fixed for watering.
So water is poured to maintain the moisture surrounding the terminal.
Masonry work is done to provide a lid on the earth pit.
It is a connection to the structure of towers. You can see here.
ஹலோ ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், நம்ம இப்போ என்ன வீடியோ
Sorry. Now let us see. So another part, that is the what happened. What happened? What happened? Sorry for the disturbance. This is the some video I am doing in cell. That is the problem. Now let us see the another family of plate earthing. So as you know that this is also you very familiar, the plate earthing, where the copper plate is generally 60 centimeters into 60 centimeters, 3 mm copper plate, or we can use it for plate earthing, or sometimes we can use the GI plate of 60 centimeters, and 6 mm is used as a earth electrode in this case. A pit is dug about 3 meters deep from the ground level. The earth is buried. The plate is buried in the pit with its face vertical, and the space around the earth plate is filled with charcoal and salt layers as usual from the previous case. The earth plate is connected to a pipe of 12 mm dia for carrying the GI wire. So, another pipe of 19 mm dia, you can see the figure, is connected to the plate for carrying the water. So, at the top 19 mm pipe, a funnel with wire mesh is fitted to pour water. So, at the top a cement concrete work is made to protect the plate from mechanical damage. So, similar construction of plate. Instead of previous case, we used a long pipe, GI pipe. So, for the more than 3 meters, we have to depth of the pit. In this case, only 3 meters. It is not possible to go behind the 3 meters at that condition. So, area of the contact to the soil required at this condition, we are using the one copper plate as a, so we known as the plate earthing. Similar arrangement to the pipe earthing and plate earthing. The difference is instead of pipe, here we use the only plate, copper plate or GI plate. Now, knowing this one, now let us do the schedule once again. So, similarly, we are going to do the schedule. What is the schedule we are going to do here? So, we are going to 60 centimeters into 60 centimeter, 6 mm GI or 3 mm copper plate. 19 mm dia GI pipe is 1 number is required, and 12 mm dia GI pipe, so 3 meters is required. GI wire SWG 8 SW 5 meters is required, and 30 into 30 centimeters cast iron frame 1 number required, and GI lugs and nuts and bolts, lock nuts, washers 5 sets is required, and GI bend 12 mm dia also we require this one. In addition to that one, 30 into 30 centimeters cast iron cover 1 number is required, funnel with wire mesh is required the 1 number, charcoal and 20 kgs, salt 20 kgs, cement concrete lump sum, and caution plate 1. So, these are the schedules generally used in this one. Similarly, so what we have measured, estimated the materials, its specifications, its numbers. So, similarly we are made one schedule here, the nearly same schedule. So, these are the estimation of plate earthing, estimation of pipe earthing. Now, so these are the 4 types of the earthing systems we are going to done in electrical fields. Now, so what are the main application of this earthing system? So, these applications, let us see the applications. What are the applications of this? So, the major application of this earth system is one in transmission lines, another is substations, another is genetic stations. So, here, so which type of the system you are going to use for applications, whether you are using the pipe earthing, strip earthing, rod earthing. So, which type of the earthing for which purpose? Let us compare these 4 major earthing systems. Now, in this one, so comparison of this one, application of earthing systems. Now, let us see first one, rod earthing. So, rod earthing generally used in case of where a loose and sandy areas, depth may easily will lose, and the strip or wire earthing used in rocky areas where it is not possible to dig depth, and pipe earthing, so where we are using the pipe earthing, so for domestic installation generally used for this one. At the same time, 11 kV per 400 DTRs distribution transformers we prefer for the pipe earthing, and for motors used up to 100 HP also preferred for the pipe earthing. For where we are using the plate earthing now, Now, plate earthing can be used for a large installations such as a transmission towers, substations, and generating stations are preferred for plate earthing. So, these are the different applications based on their characteristics, nature, and cost. Let us see another latest the earthing system is the chemical earthing system. So, what is a chemical earthing system? Here you can see that one. This is a chemical earthing system. In this chemical earthing system, so here GI rod, same arrangement. Instead of GI rod, we are used a chemical, the copper or aluminum. The rod is used, electrode is used. Surrounding this one, a chemical powder is filled inside. That is generally bentonite powder with some clay materials. So, layer by layer we are going to filling this one, not layer. Similarly, we are filling this one, and is very effective as comparing to the previous cases. Latest we are using the domestic as well as some applications, this chemical earthing. So, how to do the chemical earthing also we can see in this one. Now, let us see what are the different other type of the earthing systems. I think you might remember in substation earthing also one special type of the earthing system. What is the type? There is a mat earthing. I think you have drawn the drawing also, mat earthing. That means, so number of electrodes provided in that one. So, these electrodes are placed here. So, you can see here. So, here you can see the figure. This is a substation mat earthing where some mats are provided here, and this is a mat earthing, and here is a substation mat earthing. You can see the figure. So, how the mat is spreaded here before establishing the substation, and here you can use the substation. Now, so this is a earth system. You can, so for the high stations you can see here, this is one thing you have to remember. And I think now we can see this 400 kV substation. So, where each structure, metal structure should be earthed by using the plate earthing, or we can use the mat earthing. Generally we can do the very important, so mat earthing is required in substations. Now, coming to this is a EHV, extra high voltage substations. Now, not only this substation, we can use in other purposes, also domestic purposes, and so these are domestic, this is building purposes, and different, this is industrial purposes, and so different applications we are using this type of the earthing systems. Now, these are earthing systems. So, this is also a vital role played by the in telecommunication system also. Each tower is maintained, each tower is earthed compulsory. So, otherwise there is a lightning discharge takes place. So, the tower may melt. So, otherwise we are going to provide the one electrode at top, it is connected to the ground perfectly. You can see the in figure itself, it is the earth is connected here perfectly here to protect the any lightning discharge. So, these are the things you have to remember. Now, at the same time you can see how the plate earthing we are going to do. Now, and here you can see the plate earthing. This is one simple example of plate earthing system. Skip add.
Let us learn how to do proper plate earthing. And all large wire is connected. Also, a funnel is there to pour water inside an earth pit. If we will see inside the earth pit, we can see there are alternate layers of salt and charcoal. The dimension of earth pit should be 900 mm by 900 mm, and it should be around 3 meters deep. Inside the salt and charcoal layers, copper plate of size 600 mm by 600 mm and thickness 3.15 mm is positioned in the middle layers of salt and charcoal.
We assume the 3 mm and 6 mm. GI pipe is a GI is a
Three strips of size 550 mm by 6 mm is fixed to this copper plate as shown. These strips should preferably be welded to this copper plate. The GI pipe of size 25 mm dia is attached at the top with funnel for pouring water inside an earth pit. This keeps the surrounding area near the earth plate moisturized. This earthing system requires regular maintenance and pouring of water. However, this earthing system can withstand high current and is highly recommended in most of the cases. Thank you.
Now we can see the chemical earthing also. LYHM is a powder generally used for in case of charcoal. Some plastic cover connecting GI bus bars. Inspection box. This is the accessories tools for digging purpose. Water, cement is a sand, dust. These are the tools for connecting this purpose. Here also they use the Waco Megger.
Digging of hole 100 mm wide and 3200 mm deep with the help of bogie.
3 meters, nothing but. They're doing in the manually. 3 meters.
Mixing of gel with 5 liters water as mentioned.
Before placing the rod, they are mixing. This is a past basic material. Gel is placed surrounding the pit. It makes a slurry.
Pouring of gel with the help of spatula.
Now they are inserting the
Placement
copper
and hammering of
pipe.
rod approximately 100 mm in ground.
Copper rod. They are using this one.
Loam mixing with 8 liters water for 1 bag.
This is a chemical powder.
pouring of loam with the help of spatula. Curing for 3 to 4 hours. Earth resistance measurement with the help of earth tester.
Now we can see the how they are using the Megger for measurement of earth resistance. So these are the two spikes placed a straight line, and C1 and C2, P1 and P2. Here C1 and P1 is connected shortly, and two electrodes are at a distance, equidistance, they are provided in a straight line. These are two spikes. Another is our earth pit. Now we connected this one. It will show us what is the earth resistance. You can see only 0.62 ohms only. That is less than 1 ohm.
For earth pit chamber, approximately 140 by 140.
Now it is they are providing the, instead of cement, they are providing this plastic cover. This is a mechanical protection, nothing but.
Of earth pit chamber.
So fixing up earth pit chamber. This is a protection purpose. They will use a cement or something. Keep in a position. And they are connecting the GI pipe from this pit to and some box. Here there. Is the installation of this board. Now they are connecting the pipe also.
Closing channel and cementing area besides pit.
After this one is a process. They are using the cement. So this is the final stage of the chemical earthing system. I think it is a now electrical connectivity.
Fixing of GI strip with earth rod and inspection joint box.
This is a final. Now it is completed totally. Now let us see our thing. Now this is a application of earthing system. So let us summarize what we have learned today. Now we have seen in this session what is the meaning of earthing, what is the purpose of earthing, what are the different types of earthing systems. In that we have seen the pipe earthing and plate earthing. We estimated the material, how many type of materials is required, it is specifications, estimating and costing also we have done here. We prepared the schedule for this both. At the same time we have seen the applications of earthing system. I think so you have some idea on what do you mean by the earthing, what is the importance of earthing this system. So not only this earthing system protect from this ground electricity, at the same time this earthing also useful to protect from the lightning stroke in our substations. So here substations, if you are observing in DTR, in street nearby street, we are DTR, distribution transformer, where it has 3 earth pits, so placed at the equidistance in a triangular way. So what is the purpose of this one? 3. So one earth pit is for the body purpose. It is connected to the body of metals, the poles, structure of the transformers, and gang operating system structure, all things. One is connected to the neutral of the transformer, and another one is connected to the lightning arresters one terminal. That means, so 3 are different earth pits provided in DTRs. So these are the main things you can observe while you are going to the nearby your transformers. So this is one of the very interesting and easy earthing system. I think you are very familiar about this earthing systems by knowing basic things. So let us thank you very much for listening my class. Thank you.